Alrighty, so I'm Beck Lane. This is Catalyst and Company. Where we're catalysts in each other's lives, as well as our own, and we continue to work at being the artists we've always wanted to be. I'm making up some signs right now. I'm running behind schedule. It's my last day here at the artist residency at the Arcos building in downtown Sarasota. And kind of sad, very sad actually, and I'm trying not to burst into tears like I did Friday, a couple of days ago. And unfortunately on Friday, I got very despondent and I made a video. I couldn't even think anymore. I'd been crying for hours. Not that I wanted to. But I've just been really frustrated because as wealthy as this town is, I haven't sold enough work to get to Georgia and to cover my bills for the next couple months. And I mean, I'm not even sure how I'm going to be able to rent a vehicle to get everything home right now. So Friday was a bad day and I made a video, and I ended up not deleting it, but putting it on private because, you know, what I go through is not an anomaly. It's just not talked about. We're supposed to pretend to be happy all the time, and that's not how life works. And I can't pretend. So, anyway, here I sit. It is Sunday morning, my last day. I'm gonna try not to cry. I'm gonna try and keep myself focused on the possibility that something good could happen. I hate to say that because oftentimes people use it as a dismissive means of getting out of a conversation that's difficult. But the reality is I needed to raise at minimum $8,000. And I had 2 hurricanes land in the middle of my time here. So that was 2 weeks of my time spent packing and unpacking this place twice, and as well as my house, which is not even completely unpacked because I've been too afraid to. We had Helene and then Milton, and Milton was supposed to bury my house underwater or my rental underwater. It didn't happen. Nothing got damaged. Nothing of mine got damaged. So that was a good thing. But then it took, at minimum, a week after each storm for people to come out of their houses. So I really had a month tied up in this. And plus I was helping a friend get a show together. And that turned into a daunting task as well. Or get work together for a show. So I don't know, I see somebody at the door. I think I'm going to stop right there for now, and fingers crossed. Oh no, he walked by. They just walked by. But the nice thing is I've had people in the building stopping in, and they're upset that I'm leaving. I've made some friends here, but people have appreciated the artwork. God, my printing is getting terrible. I've had people in the building stopping in because they appreciate the artwork, but I've also had people from around the community that have been stopping in and just telling me how much they appreciate the artwork. I had a homeless man drop off a beautiful brass easel a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't know, actually it was a while ago, but I didn't know who dropped it off because he didn't leave a name. And he finally did come in to talk to me, and he said, I wanted to give you a gift. And I wanted to give you a gift. He found this easel. It's really nice. He said, I found it, somebody was throwing it out, and I took it and brought it to you because I love your artwork. I mean, really, how kind is that? And who gets that kind of a response? How lucky am I? So we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that something magical happens. I've had everybody from museum curators to museum friends of the museums here stop in. And with those people, I always get, how come you're not in museums? How come, Sarasota Art Museum isn't working with you? How come Ringling isn't working with you? One of the biggest questions I get asked is, why aren't you famous? So I started making a joke out of it, and saying to people, well, George Clooney did call me up about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and asked if I'd like to be famous, and I said, oh God, no, the burden of being rich and well-known and being able to paint without worry. I told George no. Yeah, my circumstances and the ambivalence from the museums here has got people scratching their heads. But that still doesn't help my bottom line. So, you know what, I'm just gonna keep doing today. Friday I felt despondent and hopeless. Yesterday I did not feel hopeless. I felt that there was hope and nothing happened. But yesterday too was the first time we had people coming out and walking around Sarasota in month and a half, because their lives have been tied up in hurricane, and a lot of people lost their homes. The wealthier people out on St. Armand's, and I'm not laughing at that, and Lido Beach and around, they lost their homes. It's just been a lot for everyone. People have been exhausted and in shock. Who knows what could have happened if we hadn't had the hurricane. I mean, honestly, people are coming in here going, I've been watching you, but they're so tied up in hurricane relief, or just trying to get through the day. That yesterday was literally the first time. Last night there was a party up on Main Street, and so I had a ton of people stopping in. I didn't leave here till after midnight last night because I was trying to take advantage of the traffic. And we'll see what happens today. I've been posting on Facebook and Instagram the countdown to today, pictures of what we have, videos. I had planned on doing like an artist talk. I planned on doing a lot of stuff, but the hurricanes really waylaid everything. Everything for everybody. All right, I'm gonna finish up these signs, stick them out front, where I have a sidewalk sign that's been really nice, and I just figured out how to put the sign together. I literally just figured out how the sign is supposed to, the poster is supposed to be placed inside this sidewalk thing. Sidewalk sign. And there we are. All right. I would say wish me luck, but what I really need is sales. I do appreciate the good thoughts and everything. Actually, a woman stopped in this morning. She's a little nuts. But she stopped in this morning and she said, you know what, I know a couple of millionaires. There's a 18-year-old with a yacht out. She's exuberant, let's put it that way, with a yacht out in the harbor here. She said, I'm going to text him, and then there are a couple collectors she knows that she's going to text. I guess we're going to spend the last day throwing spaghetti at the walls as usual, keeping our fingers crossed for a friggin' miracle. Anyway, I'm Beck Lane. This is Catalyst and Company. I may be doing this again in the spring in this location, especially now that I have more people, even more people watching me and more people that are following the artwork, which is the most important thing. It's not me, it's about the artwork, and utilizing any notoriety or any like celebrity type status, local celebrity status I might get here. It's using it to help others as well. It's not about me. It's not about me, Beck. It is literally about the artwork and then being able to take what we have, that cachet, and leverage it to lift up artists in the art community around me. So that's why the artist residency is so important to me, because it would elevate the art community through association. It would help me, but it would also help to elevate how the arts are seen here in Sarasota. Sarasota, I figured it out yesterday. The reason it is so ambivalent is because people move here to not have to think. The culture, it's actually, over the decades, the culture has been designed to sell a level of entertainment and don't think. And that's what I'm combating. I've had several galleries in town tell me people don't want to think. They don't want to buy serious art. They just want to come here and not think. And I had someone else say to me the other day, people come here to be entertained and they just go from one entertainment venue to the next, with dinners out in between. And normally I'm pretty bitter about it, but I feel better now that I've figured it out, because now that I've figured out what the rules are, I might be able to figure out how to break them. If I can figure out exactly why there is this high level of ambivalence, I can also maybe able to figure out how to combat it, or how to tackle it and kind of jump over it, and get people thinking of this as more of an art city. We have wealthy collectors in town, but they don't go to galleries, they don't go out, they don't go to openings, and it is specifically because galleries are only selling kitsch art for the most part. There are some good ones in town, but it's like, some good art is sprinkled with kitsch art and easy art and stuff that matches the pillows on your couch. But now that I have a clearer understanding of this ingrained attitude and belief in pretty much nothing but early bird specials and, $100 plate filet mignon, I think I can figure out how to get around it, how I can get, kind of flip the tables just a little bit, so to speak. But anyway, it's my last day here. I'm going to throw spaghetti at the walls all day long and see if I can make something happen, or somebody can help me make something happen. One of my new friends, and who are deeply passionate and despondent. People are pretty sad that I'm in this position. People that live here are kind of having trouble watching me struggle and watching me tap dance all day long and not get ahead. But we'll see what we can do. This guy This guy and his dog, he's walked by 3 times already today, 3 or 4 times. It's so funny. Anyway, I think once you know what the rules are, what they have been, and how long they've been there, they're a little bit easier to figure out how to break. So, we'll see. But fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. $5,000 for a car and food, and $4,000 to cover my bills for the next couple months, so I don't have to worry again for a while. More people just riding by on their way to get breakfast, brunch, somewhere. Let's figure out how to move the goalposts. Let's figure out how to move the goalposts and how to break the rules. I know part of it is being the loudest person in town, and believe me, I do. I work on that all the time, being heard. I'm standing out there with a megaphone as often as possible. Anyway, I gotta get to work. I gotta get some work sold. All right, thanks. I'm Beck Lane, and this is Catalyst & Company. Fingers crossed. Ciao. Cheer.